Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the LiquiMolly engine flush product. This is designed to hopefully clean out your engine and loosen any oil deposits within the oil cavities of your engine. This is something that I've never done before. The car I'm going to show you is my Saab 9.3. It's got about 126,000 miles, 126,500 give or take. And as far as I'm aware, this has never been done to it. And I thought, with a high mileage engine, let's see if there's any other contaminants to flush out as I do a routine oil change. And so this is a German-made product, as the LiquiMolly Corporation. I think almost all their products are made in Germany. And this was purchased for about $10. And the way this product works is you're supposed to be able to pour this into your oil sump cavity, just the way you'd add oil to the engine normally. Run the car for 10 minutes, and then proceed with a normal oil change. The reviews I've read on it have been fantastic, so I'm curious to see if it actually works on my car. And so I thought for $10, I'll give it a shot. And I'll have you guys watch and see if it does anything. I mean, it could be a bunch of... I might have just wasted $10. I don't know. We'll see. So, over to the car. We'll pop the hood and we'll pour it in. And so now over at the vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and remove my oil fill plug. And now I should have enough capacity in this engine to be able to put this in. Once I pour this in, I'm not going to want to use this for transportation. I'm just going to idle the car for 10 minutes and then call it good. So obviously make sure you have enough fuel to be able to do that. On some folks, you may need a funnel to do this. And so this can contains 500 milliliters. I just poured in. We'll replace the cap. Now you'll note for this oil change here, I do not have the car up on jack stands yet because I'm not going to idle the engine on jack stands for 10 minutes. I'll just leave the hood propped here. I'll idle the engine so it can work its way all the way through the moving components, get through the lifters, the injectors, or obviously not the injectors, but I'll get through all the oil cavities that it would. All right, I'm under the car now, and I got my oil pan laid out, and I hope I got the lighting well enough that you can see. And I'm going to be undoing my oil bolt. And now we can watch the oil drain and see what we think of the LiquiMolly. After pulling the oil drain pan out from underneath the car and looking at it, I feel like I can definitely see more residue here at the top. A little bit of a V pattern here on the outside. And it definitely looks dirtier than I'm usually used to seeing when I do oil changes on this vehicle. And so I think the LiquiMolly definitely got some stuff out. I feel like it's hard to objectively quantify exactly how much it got out versus a normal oil change. I mean, the other variable here is I also felt like I saw more come out than I normally see come out, so I think it may have loosened some other deposits that might have been in there that contributed to more oil discharge, which would be a good thing to keep things clean. And so I've seen some people I've read have done basically this next oil change is a short one to be able to continue to purge this out. So I don't know that I'd run this next one that long because I can try as hard as I want to get that LiquiMolly through, but there's still bound to be a little bit of it left in there, which is fine to help clean it. And so my next oil change interval will probably need to be shorter than usual just to make sure I purge the rest of the LiquiMolly out. So do I think the LiquiMolly worked? Yeah, I think it definitely did something. Can I quantify exactly how much it did? That's difficult to do. See if we can get a better side-by-side view of how well this LiquiMolly engine flush works. I'm going to use my other vehicle. It's a Saab 97X, similar to a Chevy Trailblazer, GMC Envoy, so on and so forth. And I'll get my beakers out again, and we're going to have one of these with just some oil drained out of the pan before I put the flush in, then oil coming out after the flush, and clean oil. And we will compare those side by side to see how well this LiquiMolly works. And so now, over at the vehicle, I'm going to start my oil change and drain some actually into the beaker. Here's my first oil sample. This is before I've used the LiquiMolly. And so we can see what that looks like. We'll know more and put this side by side. And now we're going to put this into the vehicle. So let's go ahead and open up the LiquiMolly can. We're going to undo the seal, lift it up, and now we're going to pour it into our engine. I didn't drain that much oil, and so this should be able to make up for about the difference. I collected, about 800 milliliters, and there's 500 milliliters in here. So I think we'll be close enough for having enough oil capacity on our engine. So now over to the vehicle. Remove the fill cap. And then depending upon how good you can pour, you may or may not want a funnel. You'll get to watch my job pouring here on camera, so I hope I don't spill for you guys. And then with that emptied, we'll replace the fill cap here. And now with the door to the garage open so the exhaust can vent out the back, we'll let the engine run for 10 minutes. I'm not going to press the accelerator. I'm just going to let it sit and run and idle so that the LiquiMolly can work its way through the engine and do its job cleaning that. And then we'll collect our next oil sample when we do a complete oil drain. Here's the oil before flush, the oil after the flush. And now I've got a nice clean bottle of 5W30. This is all 5W30 oil, Castrol high mileage. And so we're going to take this straight out of the bottle here. And I'll pour a little bit of this into the beaker here for comparison. And so there it is, coming right out of the bottle. And now we've got our 3 beakers side by side. And I'll use my Snap-on pen light. This was featured in my video when I blowtorched this. It survived and works amazingly well. Have to still give this a thumbs up. So let's see what we see if we look at the oil before. When we get the light on, it's definitely dark. And then as you shine the light up through it, and you can, when it goes over the white square, compare that to what we got with the LiquiMolly. This is a little more in here compared to the others. And obviously compared to the brand new virgin oil, that's definitely a much more, it's much closer to a honey color. There's a little bit of odd impurities here at the top. I'm not sure how I feel about that, unless that's a little bit of dirt in the beaker. And if you pick this up, put the light underneath it. See how that shines? Let's go side by side. The one on the right is the LiquiMolly. You can see the canister there. The one on the left is before and after the LiquiMolly. Before, after. So I'll let you draw your conclusions. In this case here, it seems like it's maybe close to a tie. The LiquiMolly might be just a little bit runnier, but obviously I added this substance to it, which is lighter than oil. That's going to make it just a little more runny, which may help to dissolve some of the gunk. Can I say they got more gunk out here than what was in there before? I don't know, but when I looked at my Saab 9.3 that I did earlier in this video, I think it definitely got a lot out. So I hope you found this video useful. And if you enjoyed it, give it a like and a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button. I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Bye.